Hello, friends. If you always feel the need to explain your decisions to people, you may have low self worth. Hi, I'm Shika. I'm a former counselor and I create done for you lead magnets and workbooks for coaches. In this video, I'll share reasons why you feel the need to explain yourself to people. Perhaps you are starting a new side hustle, or you have a coaching business, or maybe you are starting a self employment journey such as network marketing or real estate, and you are getting some judgy comments from people around you. And if you are starting a coaching business, for example, you may hear comments such as, coaching is a scam, or everyone and their grandmother is a coach these days. Comments like that. If you are getting started in a self employment journey, you may hear comments such as, your market is too saturated, or you are just in it for the money. I was a victim of this myself when I was working as a school counselor, a counselor in a school. When I was working as a counselor in a school in the past, I had to endure people making many snide comments about my job. I heard comments such as, counseling doesn't work, counseling is too quote unquote soft for teenagers and children. They need to be disciplined the quote unquote hard way, or honoring your emotions through counseling is a waste of time. These are some of the negative comments I heard about my job. And there were times when I felt indignant and irritated hearing such comments from people. And at that time, I felt like I had to explain my job to people, which is ironic since counseling is such a beneficial job to society. I felt like I had to explain that counseling, or any form of therapy for that matter, is for long term good and it's not a short term fix or a short term solution. Of course, in reality, I did not have to explain my work or my job options to people. I'm sharing this story with you because you may be in the same boat where people are judgy about your career or business decisions. When you choose to pursue a business path which is not conventional or has a so called bad rep like network marketing or sales, you will be exposed to many uninvited comments. And then you feel as though you need to defend yourself or your decisions so that you don't seem either silly or too idealistic or quote unquote inferior in any way. So let's break down the reasons why you feel the need to explain yourself. Firstly, when someone makes an unwelcome comment about your personal or harmless decision that you have made, your ego was somehow affected. And you felt that your intelligence or your life choices and your beliefs were attacked. Naturally, you will get defensive. You will feel defensive. You may start spewing a long paragraph of reasons why you chose to make that specific decision. There is one way to look at the situation. Your quote unquote attacker does not really care about your explanation. And I say that with love and compassion. When someone rudely attacks your choices and you know that this person is highly insecure or does not have your best interests at heart, they are not interested in your reasoning at all. They may have a very strong opposite opinion about your decision and they want to appear superior. They want to be seen as right. They want to be seen as intelligent and have the upper hand over you in some way. So they express their opposite opinion in a very disrespectful, brash, or forceful way. I would say that this is a characteristic of someone who is highly insecure in themselves and someone who is very concerned with their image and their appearances. Someone who is very egoistic in that case. In this situation, your inner critic will be activated and it may tell you to don't be a weak person. You need to stand up for yourself and defend yourself and set this person straight. However, considering that your quote unquote attacker does not really care about your explanation, there is no point engaging in any sort of debate with him or her. There is also one point for us to remember, and that is we cannot change someone else's opinion if they do not want to. So spare yourself the battle and do not engage with that person at all, if possible. Another reason why you feel the need to explain yourself is that you may be subconsciously comparing yourself with others and feeling a little inferior as a result. If you have decided to set up a coaching business and it's still in the startup phase, or if you are already running a business and it's facing a slump, which happens. You may feel the need to explain yourself when people ask you business related questions, such as how is your business going? How many clients do you have? Are you making a full time income now? Are you still making a 5 figure income every month? Are you making enough money for yourself? So these questions are very tough to answer as a new coach or even as someone who is a seasoned business owner. If you have a very strong inner critic, you will, number one, have this urge to answer those questions, and number two, justify your answer. So you may answer like this: I'm on my way to making money. As you know, there is so much for me to learn when running a business. The economy is down. People are not buying courses or coaching like they used to. It's normal for coaches to take a long time before they get clients. I think business takes time. And when you get the formula right, clients will flow. I leave it to God and the universe to plan it out for me. And I'm simply going with the flow. And well, I think you get the idea. If you catch yourself doing some kind of word vomit or typing a long defensive message to your friends or your family members, that's because your inner critic might be telling you that you need to defend and explain yourself so that you don't look like a loser or that you will not look inferior. Again, there is no need to reply uncomfortable questions. You can simply say, my business is doing all right. I'll share more details with you if I have any interesting updates. There's nothing much to share right now. You can then gracefully turn the spotlight to your friends and family members and ask them questions about their work or business instead. At this point, you may be wondering, what can I do if I have coaching clients who have low self confidence or low self worth and they have to keep explaining themselves to people? That's why I want you to download my free mini workbook called Self Loving Ways to Boost Confidence for your clients. You can use this as a lead magnet on your website to get more email subscribers. And all you have to do is just click the link in my description box to get your copy for free. Now, with that out of the way, let's move on to the next reason why you feel the need to explain yourself. Another reason why you feel the need to explain yourself or your decisions is that you may be second guessing your own decisions as well. You may be second guessing your decisions at that point. And in this example, as you are explaining to someone why you are becoming a coach or setting up a business, you're also trying to convince yourself why you chose this path in the first place simultaneously. If you catch yourself over explaining and being defensive, you may be silently doubtful of your decision at the back of your mind, too. So, over explaining yourself is one way for you to also convince yourself that you have made the right choice. All right, now you know the reasons why you feel the need to explain yourself to people. At the same time, you may not know how to coach your clients if they show the same signs of a harsh inner critic or low self confidence. If that is you, you can check out my 7-day self confidence program. It's a done for you program, and you can launch and sell it to your coaching clients. You can have your own confidence course running and ready to launch by today. You just set up the course once and sell it on Evergreen on your website as a form of more passive income for your coaching business. And I feel that it's so much easier to have someone who has a counseling background, which is me, to create your coaching materials for you because you can save so much time and energy. And you can use all that extra free time to focus on growing your business, focus on getting more clients, or just enjoy your life in general. So, anyway, the link to this done for you confidence program is in my description box. And thank you. And I'll see you in my next episode. Goodbye.